So a 5-shot revolver for pocket carry? Sounds old-fashioned until you actually shoot it. The Ruger SP101 is small, tough, and hits hard. But is it really practical for everyday carry? And are the 5 rounds enough? Hi, I'm Dave with Everyday Gun Owner, and I spent 12 years in the Army Reserves teaching soldiers how to shoot and qualify. Now, in a world full of semi-autos, the revolver can easily get lost in the sauce. But after months of carrying the Ruger and some semi-autos here in Phoenix, I found something very surprising. With the right setup, this revolver really works. It might be the most underrated everyday carry gun on the market. Stick around, you'll see what changed my mind. Let's dive in. 5 rounds might be all you need. A lot of people dismiss revolvers for one thing: capacity. Dude, only 5 rounds? No thanks. But let's think about that for a minute. In real world situations, typically only 2 to 4 rounds are fired. The more accepted average is about 3, which falls in with the rule of 3. 3 shots, 3 yards, 3 seconds. A group called Rangemaster tracks real world civilian cases. They suggest it's often closer to 4 rounds. Now, the bottom line, self-defense happens very fast. Choose your firearm very wisely. Now, fortunately, the SP101 comes in a variety of flavors. You can load it with 9mm or 38 special, or 38 special plus P for a softer recoil, or you can go with the full-blown 357 Magnum for true stopping power. It also comes chambered in 327 Federal Magnum, which will give you that extra round, 6 rounds in a very compact frame. The question we're faced with is this: are 5 well-placed shots from a revolver better than 10 or 15 from a semi-auto? That's only a question you can answer, but it is something to think about. It's a mindset. If I only have 5 shots, or maybe 10 with the reload, I have to be dead on accurate with those 5 shots. I have to make every shot count, as opposed to 10 or 15 with a semi-auto. Now, the SP101 is built like a tank. It's compact, but let's be real, it can be heavy for a carry gun. At around 20 to 27 ounces unloaded, that sounds heavy, but remember, that weight helps soak up recoil, especially with those hotter 357 loads. The stainless steel frame means it can take a beating and ride in a holster all day and still fire great, even if it gets dirty, wet, or dropped. Barrel length runs from 2 1/4 to 4.2 inches, but for true everyday carry, I recommend something smaller. I recommend 2 1/4 to the 3-inch barrel. I carry the 3-inch barreled version myself, and it does come with a hammerless option if you're concerned about snag. It's small enough to hide, but big enough to shoot very well. The weight might seem like a negative, but I think it's what makes it easier to control when you're under stress. Now, speaking of stress, let's talk about some real-life emergencies, not just theory. Imagine this: it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you hear shouting and yelling outside. You step onto your porch to see what's going on, but instead of leaving, the crowd starts to turn hostile. Well, this really happened in Eureka, out there in California. The homeowner tried pepper spray, but when the attackers forced their way inside, he had no choice but to defend himself with his handgun. Now, on the other side of the country, in Panama City, Florida, an elderly man went into his home when a stranger outside started acting weird. But the guy didn't stop. The weird guy smashed through his glass door and started to assault the homeowner's wife. The homeowner used his firearm to stop the attack. Now, these aren't movie plots, they really happen. And what they do is they show why personal and home defense means having a firearm that's close by, simple to operate, and ready to go when seconds count and you're under pressure. And that's where the SP101 shines. Its compact size, it's got quick access, and no nonsense reliability make it absolutely outstanding for everyday carry. It's about being ready, because most of the times life does not give you a warning. I wish it did. So a quick question for you: what's your go-to carry gun right now, and why? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to see what you're carrying and compare notes. I go with the SP101 or the Glock 19C. Depends on the season and what I feel like carrying. Here's the part nobody really wants to talk about or hear. Carrying a revolver is very simple, but it's actually not that easy. You need a good holster, preferably one with a closed trigger guard that doesn't print much and allows for an easy pocket draw. I like this little just handy sidekick from Uncle Mike. Just like that. You also need to practice, at least once a month at the range, but you can practice drawing concealed at home anytime. Just do it safely. Storage, you'll want very fast access, but remember, safety is paramount, especially with small children or teenagers in your family. Maintenance is a breeze, very straightforward. After the range, a quick clean and you're good to go. But please remember to know your state's self-defense laws. The Castle Doctrine, duty to retreat, don't know, have no clue. If you'd like some more info on that, we have a couple of articles on the Castle Doctrine, stand your ground at everydaygunowner.com. I'll be nice and put the link in the description for you. So it comes down to this. Is the Ruger SP101 viable for pocket carry? Is it viable for urban carry? Now, if you want something sleek, light, and high capacity, no, sorry, not really your gun. But if you want something reliable, tough, and ready, 5 rounds might be all you need. Now, I've tested a lot of carry guns, and the SP101 is definitely in my top 5. I would say it's in the top 3. Now, if you found this helpful, please give it a like. And for more real-world, everyday carry reviews, tips, and insights without the crap, check out everydaygunowner.com. Now, stick around for our next video. We're going to go to the opposite side of the tracks and look at the Glock 19. Is it compact enough for everyday carry in the urban environment? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.